Paul Dioen here for Law School Success, frequently asked questions and questions you should ask. We're making this series of videos for a simple purpose to give you a solid foundation of what you need to do in law school to become successful. We will save you time, money, and effort, and we always promise to be completely truthful with you in everything that we convey to you and the information and secrets that we talk about. Law school can be difficult, law school can be hard, or law school can be very easy. Don't make it hard on yourself. You're in the right place to become a law school success. Let's get started. Questions you should ask number 7. How much law do you really learn in class? Now, we've covered this topic before, but this time we're going to cover it from a different angle, and a disturbing angle at that. The average casebook covers 60% of the law. We've talked about that before. Most classes cover just idiomatic law. We've talked about that before. This we haven't. This is the disturbing part. Most schools no longer cover the basics. You must learn everything on your own. And modernly, in the last 10 years, you better carefully evaluate why you're going to law school and figure out what you're going to do and what kind of school you're going to attend. How much law do you really learn in class or law school? The average casebook covers 60%, so you're 40 points short of having true knowledge. Many of the modern casebooks that have appeared in the last few years, 5 to 10 years, many of them cover less than 25% of the law. They talk about the theory of the law, which doesn't do you any good at all. Okay, you need to learn the law. You don't need to learn theories. Anybody can learn the theories. They could tell you the theories in 5 minutes. So this is a very disturbing trend. Now, when the way they do cover the law, most classes only cover idiomatic law because that's the harder aspect of the law to learn. There's no reason to cover Joe's six-pack law, and we agree with that. If you look at the offer is a manifestation of contractual intent communicated to identified offerees with definite and certain terms. You turn the elements into questions. Was there a manifestation of contractual intent? That's idiomatic law. You can't answer that unless you know the law and you understand the workings and the issues behind how one determines whether a manifestation of contractual intent has occurred. But communication, Joe Sixpack can answer that one. Okay, identified offerees, except for the newspaper offers, Joe Sixpack can answer that one as well. Okay, and same with definite and certain terms. So you're not going to spend a large amount of time in class covering the easy stuff. You're going to cover the hard stuff. Okay, and that's a good actually very good that you do that. But the disturbing trend is most schools no longer cover the basics. It used to be that when you attended law school, there were 13 core courses. You got your torts, contracts, crimes, civ pro, real property, evidence, remedies, wills, and trusts, which is kind of like first and second semester of a basic course, criminal procedure, con law, and all this. You took 2 semesters of each of those courses, and when you look at the 90 hours that you had to graduate in, 6 times the 13, you had a few courses left over for things like that might have interested you, like sports law or health law or administrative law, whatever it was that clicked your fancy in the last year of law school or in sometime in your second year of law school. You could take some of these courses and get exposed to it. Guess what? Most schools don't cover the core courses anymore. We know at least 2/3 of the schools in the country, you don't even have to take 2 semesters of con law. You don't even have to take 1 semester of con law to graduate from their schools. Okay? And most of the courses, the core courses, the ones you really have to know, they go 1 semester. Those are the case books now that cover less than 25% of the law you know. So you could take a 1 semester criminal law course. There you go. That's your entire sum total basis of knowledge on criminal law is one stinking little semester. Okay. Other than for watching TV, you'll learn more off watching TV than you will actually learn from going to law school. This is an extraordinarily disturbing trend, okay, because they're producing lawyers that are basically ignorant idiots. And we proved this over and over and over again. The bar pass rates at the California bar are on a downward trend, a downward sloping trend, mainly because most of these idiots are taking the exam now and they don't know enough law to get through. And then they're putting these idiots on the street in front of clients, and who's paying the price? The clients are. Okay. What does this mean? You must learn everything on your own, period. So you got to seriously question why you're going to law school. Okay, if you're going to spend $50,000, $60,000 a year to go to law school, and they're not going to get you even the core courses and work it through so that you have a strong and fundamental understanding of the law, you better carefully evaluate why you're going to a modern, everyday law school today. Okay, we don't look on it as the get ahead issue that it used to be. Most of the people coming out of law schools today are highly ignorant of what it takes to become successful in the business of law, and because of that, the disturbing little secret is that half of them aren't even practicing law within 5 years of graduation from law school. So be careful. Again, the average casebook just covers 60%. Most classes cover idiomatic law. The disturbing trend is most schools no longer cover the basics. You have to now learn everything on your own, and then you better carefully evaluate while you're going to law school. Paul D. Owen, Law School Success, frequently asked questions and questions you should ask. Thanks for listening to the lecture. Hope we conveyed some valuable information to you to save you time, money, and effort. Go to the site at www.bsmsphd.com. You can get all the rest of the lectures for free by just subscribing, and we even have some free offers for you for if you're a 1L law student. So go to the site at www.bsmsphd.com, sign up, get the rest of your lectures for free and some free product. Paul D. Owen, Law School Success. You've come to the right place.